Welcome everyone, I'm MTG Joe, and today we're going to be continuing a try-hard session or just playing some ranked constructed. I'm at Platinum rank right now, and we're going to be playing my variation on the Esper Hero list. For those of you who are new to the stream, I'm MTG Joe. We put up between 3 to 7 videos usually a week on YouTube, covering everything from super budget brews, build series, tier 1, fun, janky decks. I like to play through a lot of the new builds that we see 5.0 from MTGO or tournaments. So make sure if you haven't done so already to subscribe. It makes you aware of everything we're playing and you can catch up on anything you miss from the stream. So today, live on YouTube, we will be playing a Esper Hero variant. So the deck is built around the card Hero of Precinct One, which rewards you for playing multicolored spells. And as you can see from our deck, from quick glance, pretty much all our decks multicolor. So it's pretty standard. So we have our heroes and our thieves. I'm opting in the main board to not play any Basilica Bell Haunts. I'm playing one Hostage Taker. Some of the lists are playing, forget its name. This one, the Elite Guard Mage. I haven't been fond of it. We had it in one of the original versions, but I just didn't like the way it played out. In my list, been playing one Dovin's Veto main, one Despark main. Despark's been really good against some of the Planeswalker mirrors, your Wilderness Reclamation decks. So also to get rid of Phoenix, we've been seeing a lot more Phoenix builds. So then we have 4 Thought Erasure, pretty standard, 3 Tyrant Scorns, could either kill or bounce opponent's creatures, or in a pinch bounce one of our own. Baby Teferi, we're playing 3. This card's just really good right now. Kaya, I've liked for a couple reasons. You have the Dread Horde combo, the 4-color one with all the Planeswalkers. This can eat away at their graveyards, so it makes their Dread Hordes less effective. Against the Arclight Phoenix decks, it works. Against Mono Red, it gains us some life, so it's been a pretty useful one-of. I'm playing 2 Mortifys, 2 Oathsakayas. I like Oathsakaya because against the Planeswalker decks, you can still deal 3 damage, and the passive ability of our Planeswalkers being attacked does come in handy, especially post-board when we can bring in more Planeswalkers. Then I got the 1 Hostage Taker, 2 Vraska Contempts as a concession to all the Planeswalkers going around. Sorin is a way to gain life, but really just to start recycling our Thieves and Hero Precinct 1. Then we have 1 Eldest Reborn. Again, lots of Planeswalkers going around. Find it pretty useful in most matchups. 2 Big Teferis, and then 1 Enter the God Eternal. When we first started this list, we had 3, and I've just been really medium on it, and to be honest, it'll probably come out for another Ugin. Ugin's been really good, just as a way to stabilize the board with creatures, or to just destroy whatever troublesome permanent. Mana base is pretty much standard, all the duels, and a couple basics. Sideboard wise, 3 Duress versus anything non-creature focused. Elder Spell, this is a concession to all the Planeswalker decks. Also, it's not unusual to kill like 3 Planeswalkers and then ult a Teferi in the same turn. That's been pretty cool interaction. Some more Vetoes, another Despark. Narset has been really good against card draw decks. Bellhaunt against creature decks or burn. So some of these, I like Kaya's Wrath more in this deck. A lot of times post board, I transform into more of like an Esper control style because they typically bring in like Cryo Carnaria, Moments of Craving, stuff to deal with the hero. I usually board it out, especially now you're seeing a lot more decks play Massacre Girl. So what I've liked in place is Kaya's Wrath. I tried originally the Time Wipe, but 5 mana usually was a pinch. I've liked Kaya's Wrath a lot more, and it's won me quite a few games on the back of it. And then 1 Lyra Dawnbringer is just a catch-all, really good against burn. Mono Red tends to be a bit tricky with this deck. So I'm going to play some more ranked constructed. We are, I think, Platinum 4 right now. We're going back and forth. Finally got up to gold, but haven't been playing too much ranked. Been doing a lot of draft recently. Let me know in the comments too what decks you've been finding really good in Platinum. I think this time around, this month, if we have time, I do want to try to get to Mythic. Play a lot of like varied decks. So I'm gonna keep this hand. Threat, disruption, removal. So it would have been better if we were on the play. Wild growth. I'm gonna hero here, and then we can Thought Erasure next turn if need be, or Mortify. I don't know yet if this is Sultai. So I'm just gonna get rid of this now, and then attacking for 2. Against these Sultai lists, you want to be more aggressive. Next turn, I could double Thought Erasure. Okay, that's great. Question is, yeah, I think we just really mess up their curve. Okay, so here, let's just get rid of their Vraska. I don't want the land. And I'm going to get rid of Hostage Taker next. That takes them 2 turns off playing anything relevant. Yeah, then opponent concedes. Okay, so this is heavy Planeswalker focused. So this likely is the Dreadhorde deck. So I usually bring in Kaya's Wrath for all their creatures, some Duress, Narset, Veto, Despark, Elder Spell. What I take out is I get rid of my heroes, I get rid of the Hostage Taker, I get rid of the Sorins, get rid of God Eternal. Keep Kaya. What do we get rid of? Like Tyrant, Scorn. Get rid of Eldest Reborn. Trying to remember. I think I usually cut down one of these. Or cut down the Mortifies. Do it like that. Kaya's Wrath's probably not as good. Just play Mortify. Bellhaunt doesn't really do much, so like here I just take out pretty much all my creatures. Thief is still a good pressure point, so I like keeping in Thief. Really I just try to disrupt their hand as much as possible. They're going to have Massacre Girl, they're going to bring in Cryocarnarium potentially as well. You just basically want to get rid of... Okay, this hand's great. Screw up whatever they do, counter one of their walkers. Narset's also really good for us. It's fine. Okay, Tyrant Scorn's good there too. So here I just want to screw up and then just try to go into another land. Yeah, you can destroy all the creatures you want. I don't want Kaya's Wrath right now. It's good to know that they have Hydroid Crisis. So this might just be more Sultai. We thought it'd be the Dreadhorde, but knowing that, probably want to bring it back in. So toughness, so that it has to be X4 to be useful. So I feel bad now. About playing that. So Narset. Just play this tapped. We'll Tyrant Scorn. I don't want to use the Thought Erasure now. Doesn't really do anything. Get rid of that. The wild growth. They could finale us. Let's use this as a fog for the turn.
Meditate and prepare.
Let's take Ugin. Getting stuck on lands is bad, knowing they have double finale. So they'll attack into Narset most likely.
I was not prepared for this.
Jeez. Okay, so we'll use Narset again.
Mind and body, hone your prowess.
Gonna take the duress. We can get rid of one of these. We can Thought Erasure another, so we can set up a draw with that.
I must train harder.
Jeez. Major mana screw for us. Okay, so they have a hostage taker as well that we need to be aware of. Here. I think we just passed the turn. So I'm just gonna get rid of the Wild Growth Walker. The good thing is they're not applying much pressure. Can't really use Kaya's Wrath now, we need the land. I think we just passed the turn here. Let's just get rid of the Wild Growth Walker here. This basically fogs for a turn. Okay. Jeez. Get rid of the finale. Just get rid of that. We want lands. So land there would have allowed us to play Thief and back it up. Yeah. So we're falling pretty far behind. Gonna have to use this defensively. Big Crisis also doesn't help. We were hoping to dodge for a turn. Yeah. Let's go ahead and on our terms. It won't let us do it. Okay, so this is more traditional Sultai. So we want these, we want these. Want Enter the God Eternal, want Hostage Taker. Little Teferi, not as good. Do we want the Elder Spell? Maybe just shave down to 1. Kai is still really good in this matchup. Maybe shave down a Veto. Just play it like that. Haven't played Sultai in a while. Wonder if it's wrong. Well, they show the finale. The finales are pretty much dead cards. Okay, so double Thief with Despark. That was probably the best draw. Get rid of whatever removal they have. This can let us go unchecked with Thief for a while. They're gonna duress us, they'll take the Narset. So they took the... That's an interesting play. Does get rid of Liliana, but we have a couple turns to hopefully build our board. So let's see what we draw. Just take the Branch Walker. Play out another Thief and say go. So we'll see if they opt to not keep the Krasis. So here we'll attack with both, see what we get. Holy, yes please. And a Hydrate Krasis, also yes. So here, I want to save this for next turn.
Those who cannot perceive rather thoughtfulness before action.
Opponents on 4 lands. So I want to keep the duress for next turn. Keep that on top. So next turn we're going to duress Ankaya. This will get rid of the Liliana. What have we hit so far? A couple Jade Lights. They attack just with wild. That was pretty disgusting.
Such violence is upsetting.
Both are terrible. So that finale really messed us up. So we're gonna use this to hopefully draw their attention away. Let's just do an isolated chapel.
Behold, nature's true power.
Vivian's gonna start giving him card advantage.
Beasts are much more reliable than he. Balance comes.
And Krasis is another way for them to refill their hand. So no blocks there.
My strength fades.
So that takes him
Strike
off
me,
that.
and you strike nature.
X equals 4. Let's try to refill our hands. Ugin will be good. I can start destroying stuff.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
So Vivian's at 4. So we can Ugin, kill the Krasis, attack down Vivian.
I know more than you could learn in 1,000 lifetimes. Another I can create or destroy.
I'll be back. Just
Okay,
like
so
before.
that buys us a turn. They'll attack Ugin. We can then Tyrant, Scorn the Wild Growth Walker and play Kaya. Or Tyrant, Scorn this giant Krasis. So I'm just going to take the trade here. Seems kind of silly that they'd attack there.
I'm gonna make you
So
suffer.
here, get rid of Vraska and a Hydroid Krasis.
You won. Good
I
for
won't
you.
forgive
This
this.
time, shuffling me off my mortal coil.
They're at 2. So I want to hang off on the Thief. This turn we can kill the Hydroid Krasis and Dovin's Veto if need be. So here, we need to counter that for sure. Ugin's so good. Okay, so here we're gonna block like this. Oh, we were short blue mana. We can't even do that now. So Kai's dead. That was a misplay on our part. We were short blue. Just take the trade there. So we'll attack for 3 because of the vigilance. Play up Thief. End the turn. Another Vivian's bad.
The wild wasn't meant to be
Let's see what they
contained.
shoot down.
Sometimes rest. Ha! I've seen worse.
So I want to see if they get incentivized to attack with both. This will allow us to kill Vivian. Flooding out doesn't help.
Ah, not again.
Seen 3 thieves. That's bad. Also, Nisa's bad. No blocks here. Give it one more turn. Did we bin both our Kaya's Wraths?
Witness the ties that bind us all.
Block like that. Jeez. Well, that's how it goes some games. Run it back for another one. So Elder Scrolls spell probably was the right play there. We misjudged after game 1, which kind of cost us in terms of sideboarding. Cannot keep this hand. Oh jeez. Alright, let's try this out. Keep that. Opponent could be on a couple different things. Dimir, possibly. Rakdos. Okay. So if we could dodge removal for a turn, which probably is unlikely in these colors. Okay, that's fine. That gives us a turn. See what they take. My guess is Teferi, but I'd actually probably be okay with Kaya right now. Teferi does cycle a card. Alright, so Big Kaya can get going.
You're not welcome here. I'm gonna make myself scarce.
Now, I really just want to see some lands. This hand's really awkward at this point. We won't have... If we draw lands, we don't have plays for 2 more turns. That was awful.
You're not welcome here anymore.
Opponent's shown a lot of discards, so I think we just go Kaya's Wrath. Keep building out the board. Angrath would be pretty bad here. Take our hero. Force us to... Mind you, probably wouldn't even block. So we got punished for playing the Kaya's Wrath turn early. Probably get rid of Angrath. Keep the Sorin. We need a land though.
Make all sail for high and dry.
No attacks here. It's a weird card to be playing. Guess with Spectacle it's 2 mana, 2/3. Surprised I haven't bedeviled hero yet. Likely means I have a Spectacle card. It's fine, no blocks. There are 5 mana anyways, so... And even if they Spectacle Rick's body Raveler, they lose the Bedevil, which probably is a more effective card right now. This way we hit them for between 3 to 5 if they use Bedevil, and then they have 3 cards in exile, so Kaya starts becoming relevant. Okay, so they have the Contempt.
I'm gonna make myself scarce.
Okay, so we want to try to hit a land next turn. Kite Sail. Takes our Sorin.
Final parting.
See if they attack with Acrobat. Well, that's going to do nothing for us. Last turn. They're really valuing that Bedevil. So they finally give in and use it. No attacks here. So we're gonna put one here just because it prevents him from being able to pump. At least it's a blocker. Just poke in for one. So this is the part where... so they had the Bedevil as well. So even if we double blocked, we would have probably gotten blown up. Okay, Contempt's good. We'll Contempt on our... I think we take the point of damage here. Do we take it now? Because Sorin gets back the priest, so I think we want the blocker. Gutter Bones is fine. That gains us the 2 life back. Teferi's not going to do much.
Strife makes monsters of us all.
So let's just do this. Gains us a life.
I abhor my need for blood.
Just pass. We can block the Acrobat. Ideally next turn we draw a land, bring back Hero, and then play Teferi. That was the plan.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
They also have to be mindful of attacking into Sorin because of Othakaya. But we'll see what they value here. It's one of the reasons I really like Hero. Okay, we'll take that. Just giving us longer to stay alive.
I am familiar with pain.
Plague Crafters sucks here. Okay, so we have Mortify. They hit us for a bit. They can hit us for 7 this turn. We can Mortify back the Freebooter, get Teferi, tuck. So we'd have to go with this to see. Getting rid of, say, Hackerbat keeps our life total higher. But I don't think we win without doing this. Okay, so they bring that back to Fairy Tux. Yeah, we're dead regardless. That one was a tough one to drop. Just really didn't hit lands. Okay, so Lyra's good in this matchup. Bell Haunts are good. Kaya's Wrath. Do we want to actually, Duress is probably good. Do we want heroes? Probably not. So Dovin's Veto could get rid of some of the removal. Enter the God Eternals. Probably a little too slow. Like, they have a lot of duress style effects. Kaya was good. They have the Plague Crafters, Hostage Taker. Probably is a little too slow as well. Like, on an open board, this is going to be really powerful. Probably bring in, like, some sort of sweeper, Masquerade Girl effect. Eldest Reborn, probably too slow as well. Since we're cutting those, cut the Sorins. Maybe bring in God Eternals, just more removal. The alternative is we play like Dovin's Veto. I think we try that. The good thing is we're at, like, just got to Platinum, so we could kind of fine-tune. We got to see what the meta's like. We were playing against a lot of Esper and a lot of the Dreadhorde decks on the last one, so I've kind of tuned a lot of what we're playing. This hand doesn't do anything. This hand equally doesn't do anything, but we have line drops. So hopefully opponents that takes our only spell. Marshall. It's fine, they don't have any creatures right now. We can exile it next turn. I'm a drill bit. Alright, we're just gonna concede this one. We weren't going anywhere. Some tough draws there. We'll run it back for one more. I want to make one change. Do we want the Bell Haunts main? I've not liked Enter the God Eternal. Let's do 2 Ugins, try it out. I've always been happy with Ugin. I've rarely been happy with God Eternal. It's just, you get it in these hands sometimes and it's just a dead card. It may be wrong for us to keep boarding out Thief as well, to be honest. I'll keep it. Obviously, mana base is a little awkward here. Would have been good if we could have hit that on curve. Opponent's probably on the Dreadhorde list, but also is playing tap lands deck. Okay, so Godless Shrine at least lets us play. So really want to dodge the Vraska here. Teferi's equally as bad.
Let's try this.
What do you got? And a Branch Walker. So I'm just gonna double hero this turn. We got Kaya's Wrath for Teferi.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Dueling you will be excellent.
We need to get rid of this.
I know I noted this somewhere.
Okay, or more importantly, we need to get rid of Wild Ghostwalker. Despark was perfect. Get rid of Tameo here. Get a bunch of tokens. We're obviously super dead to Massacre Girl.
I will not stand for such violence.
No attacks here. Next turn I'm gonna get Kaya going to start exiling their graveyard.
I've got it.
Get rid of the Wild Growth Walker and Teferi. Of course. Of course.
Let us see if your talents are worth cataloging.
Alrighty, what do you got? Like to hit some lands.
Seek and find.
So they're digging for Command the Dreadhorde. Okay, so they got the Dreadhorde on top. So I am forced here.
The crueler the opponent, the sweeter.
So I gotta get rid of the Wild Growth Walkers because it's gonna gain them a lot of life.
I'm gone for
And
now,
hit the road.
but not forever.
Dreadhorde could also limit the amount they can come at us. Just let them bounce something, so... It won't kill Teferi, but I'll keep him off the bounce. So they could command at instant speed. We don't have anything for them to take. Even in their graveyard right now, it's not that big.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
Let's see what they dig for. That's awful. So Masker Girl comes down. That clears their board. They opt not to, so this gives us a chance. So I'm gonna Oath, kill the Jade Light, attack into Tameo with everything, and then exile. Exile Tameo and Wild Growth Walker. The point of, like, against this deck, you really need to cut him off life gain. Wild Growth. They won't bring back the Teferi, so probably just the other Command the Dread, because they can get it back with Tameo. I messed that up. I was supposed to attack first. So they do this at instant speed. Get back a ton. Yeah, they got us. So in this matchup, I usually will bring in some Wraths, Duress, Eldest Spell, Veto. Basically that. I take out the heroes. We saw that game with Masker Girl. It just, like, destroys us. Usually shave a Teferi. What else? I get rid of the Sorins in this matchup. Get rid of the Eldest Reborn. Mind you, do we want to even... So Thief's a way we can steal games. Get rid of the Hostage Taker. 3 cards to cut. You know what, I'm gonna go straight control. Let's get rid of the Thieves. And try out just the Eldest Reborn. Keep Kaya's Oath of Kaya in there as well. Run it like that. So any removal they bring in now, creature based, is going to be dead. Masker Girl is dead. We have not had good draws this game. Keep. Need white source. Okay, Thought Erasure on 2 is not bad. So they have the Duress, they have the Elder Spell. I think we just get rid of Wild Growth. If we don't have a white spell, I'm just going to concede, and we'll run it back. So I'm taking Kaya hurts there. We have a clean answer to Teferi. So if they go Tamio this turn, I'm just gonna kill it with Despark. We're still missing white, which is good for us. I think if we're seeing more of this deck, Ashiok could be a reasonable card. It basically does what Kaya does, just more efficiently. Might cut out the hostage taker and the second Ugin we added in, put Deputy of Detention in. Okay, so they hit their white source.
This isn't a fight you can win.
This is really just a cycle at this point. Line would be good.
Now what?
We missed the chance to Oath the Kaya here. Tyrant Scorn's pretty good too. Just pass the turn. Opponent knows we have Despark, so likely being mindful. Somewhat surprised they didn't play Teferi there, because it would have turned off the Despark that they would have got. So here we're going to exile that and destroy the Wild Growth Walker. They probably take Teferi. This will give us a buffer. They've managed to pick apart our hand pretty well. They play a Teferi. They can choose to instant speed Elder spell.
Slow this down.
I think we're dead on this one.
I'll protect you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it quits. Alright, so what do we want to change? Lower the curve. Hostage taker. Let's try out deputy. Sideboard wise. Like the Despark, like that package. Let's try an Ashiok. Hopefully we get our lands situation sorted out. plate first. Hopefully get a little bit better of a land situation. This could be a couple things. Phoenix. Again with the mana screw. Jeez. Guess it's probably the Jeskai Super Friends list. Yeah, it's definitely the Jeskai Super Friends list.
My brow will keep an open mind.
I have Kashmina. I think we just try with Thief.
I have just the trick for this.
So they do play Clarion in this build usually. Teferi will bounce it.
Right on schedule. I've got time.
So we could do Deputy. Let's just run out Thief again. Yeah. Sarkin.
Sword can pierce my scales. Magnificent!
Actually, it's not the worst. We can Deputy away the token.
Here goes nothing.
Kill the Sarkin. Don't get the draw, obviously, but
Oh, no!
important to keep Sarkin off.
Don't worry, I got this.
Fibblethip. So I'll attack like this. Yeah, opponent's got that one. Alright, so we want the Narsets here. Elder Spell, Duress, Veto, Despark. Taking out Hero seems like a liability. Actually, Hero might be the way we win. Kaya doesn't do a lot. Ugin's good. Teferi's good to tuck. Sorin might be relevant. Probably not. Get rid of those. Get rid of Tyrant Scorns. Shave down a Mortify. Go like that. Mortify can get Thibblethip, and they'll probably bring in some sort of creature post board. So I just want to have some answer. Probably the Goblin. Hopefully we don't stumble. Okay, Veto and Thief. Opponent mauls. Hopefully they are a little slower. We gotta play that Planeswalker deck next. And then this game we draw lands. Probably call it quits after this match.
I look forward to seeing your mistakes.
And that just shuts that off.
I'm excellent, and you're, well, not.
I'm kind of brain dead at this point. I'm gonna call it quits. Just 3 matches in a row we haven't run well. So just need to take a break. Getting worn out. Anyways, thanks for those who tuned in live to watch. You can catch all my replay videos live on YouTube afterwards, as well as any of the other streams. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe. It's a free and easy way to show your support. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great one.